Hello everyone and welcome to episode 81 of my Blackburn Rovers Football Manager 2017 save. So first of all, I just want to apologise to the people that think at this point, 2 episodes ago, commented saying things like, finally you've uploaded a video and stuff, because obviously normally I upload 1 or 2 of this series episodes a week, basically because I was focusing on the Zidane tactical video and because I had to go to London and stuff like that, I just did not have time. Another disclaimer, you know how I sometimes do episodes on a weekend when I've just woken up because I'm not going to have time later in the day? This is one of them episodes. So I've got my my trustworthy Homer Simpson coffee mug with me. And this is of course the promised double episode. Spurs away, Monaco away. 2 massive games. Spurs manager nowadays is Joachim Löw. They still have a very, very good team. Harry Kane up front, Lacazette ironically, and so on. And Monaco as well, I think. Pretty self-explanatory. Obviously PSG have been extremely dominant on this save in Ligue 1, but you can never rule Monaco out. They are a very good team. We did of course sell Rajkovic in the summer for £45 million, so it will be interesting to come up against him, but in a way it kind of gives us an extra incentive to want to try and beat them. So last episode was the 1-0 win against Bayern Munich. I didn't see it coming. We were playing with 2 centre midfielders at centre back at one point, but hey, a win's a win. We then beat Crystal Palace really comfortably, 4-1 win. Really made it look easy, to be honest. And then we played Birmingham in the EFL Cup 3rd round. Now, in terms of our starting lineup, it was quite a second string lineup, to say the least. You know, players like Dioniso, Sousa, Morales, Nigel, Kunz, Andre Gray, all really getting a run around. And the reason why I played Gabigol, obviously there's a risk of him being injured, but the reason why I played Gabigol is because he's still trying to learn the AMC attacking midfielder role that he's in, so the more game time he can get really playing in that role, the better he'll become for us in games that do, of course, matter. But the reason why I've come here is because I just wanted to show you guys this amazing strike from Nigel. Now, he doesn't score much, and to be fair, he doesn't play too much either. He really is a squad player. But when he does score, he scores wonderful goals like this, and I think, you know, you guys deserve to see it. Kunz with the corner. Boom. 2-1. Nothing the goalkeeper really could have done from there. A 25-yard blockbuster. It does seem like Nigel has changed his hairstyle again. This is like the second time he changes to this hairstyle, and in a few months' time, I bet he's going to change back to his old look, with like the spiky hair and the beard. So I'm not quite sure why he keeps doing it. I think like he must have some kind of bet with the other players. Like every time he scores a goal, he shaves his beard off or something. But anyway, so we're going to the new White Hart Lane. We're going to be playing Spurs. As far as the Premier League is concerned, it's a shame that we lost to Watford. But in terms of what it's looking like at the top, it still is very, very tight. We can't really jump to any conclusions this early on. But I think you'll agree, a win, or at least a point against Spurs, will definitely keep us up there and fighting for the title. So, yeah, see you in London. Here we go then. Weather is looking nice, and so are both starting lineups, to be honest. So we've gone with fullbacks, of course, away from home, standard mentality. No surprises really coming in. We've not tried to do anything specific to try and counteract Tottenham Hotspur. Like I said, nowadays it's a lot different to when we were really an underdog team. We are going to be trying to go in hard on Bruno Fernandes. He's really someone who's kind of physically lacking for the Spurs side. Gabigol and Yang will be man-marking their wingers. We've gone with the partnership of Alenya and Rog in the middle of the park. Nice bit of experience with Douglas playing in front of the back too. Volkvist still plays, even though he is of course sulking, and Varela and Augustinsson are on both wings as far as our fullbacks are concerned. So areas we could look to exploit as well. I don't think Daniel Guedes is as fast as he could be, but still 14 acceleration, 13 pace. Still seems a tasty player. Signed him from Santos a few seasons ago, but really I feel like as long as we can stop Eriksen and Douglas is man marking him, and as long as these guys can stay conservative enough not to really get wrong-footed by either Lacazette or Lamela and stop the service being given into to Harry Kane, we should be okay. Of course, it wouldn't be a legendary episode. Well, I'd like to think it would be a legendary episode without a demand more speech at the start of the game, but here we go. I swear Augustinson never used to be ginger. Right, okay, Nyang picks the ball up to Piaka, who is, of course, playing in the striker's role. And that is why he's playing in the striker's role. 50 seconds in. And what a goal that was. Nyang and Piaka once again. That happened against Munich, and it's happened against the Spurs. Really nice link-up play. Great runs from deep. No idea why Spurs' centre-backs were both almost playing like stoppers there. But, well, it's nice to take the lead early on. The question is, can we make it two? Elenya with the corner. Where's this ball going? Varela, you've got to shoot, mate. That's a really good tackle from Harry Kane. And now Spurs can counter-attack. That was our chance there. Lloris looked like he potentially fluffed his lines. Harry Kane now. Will he get tackled? Well done, Gabigol. I want to clap, but it sounds weird on the microphone. Tracked all the way back there to catch up with Harry Kane. And that's, you know, the kind of play style I want to see. Everyone really giving it their all, both offensively and defensively. Nyang crosses the ball in as Gabigol picks it up. Douglas finds Augustinson, who's going to play the through ball to Gabigol, who finds Marco Piaka, who really should have put that in the back of the net. No idea why he tried to go for the near post there. Probably should have kept it down hard and low. And that's a poor corner, it has to be said, from Elenya. But the ball's still alive. We've still got the ball in their final third. As long as Barbosa can find a passing option, which he does, and there we go. So finally, Spurs, it looks like, are going to have a highlight. Wimmer tries to cross the ball in. Lamela finds Lacazette, who finds Danny Rose, who scores. That's a real shame, that. Positively speaking, we've had our chances, right? And you never know. We might be able to make it 2-1 at this point. I don't think we should change anything specifically, because we are creating chances. We are seeing a lot of space in midfield on the ball, and we are finding kind of nice 1-2 passes, intricate passes into the box. And I was talking about passes, but that was a cross from Augustinson. Real good diagonal run from Niang to pick the ball up there and dribble it past Lloris. Once again, Piaka at the heart of it all. If he's not scoring a goal, he's the man to start it all off or getting the assist. Real good finish there from Niang. And I want to make sure now that we at least go in at half-time with this 2-1 lead. So we'll drop down to a defensive style. And what's important now is that the lads really keep their heads together. And we've got to keep an eye out for any changes that Joachim Löw's side might really look to do. We're going to start off defensive for the first 5 minutes of the second half. Something we used to do a lot in the past for people that have been following the series for a while. Gabigol's been a bit meh. Maybe look to move him wide as the game progresses. Obviously, like we did against Man United, and he grabbed the goal there. This guy, more problems. And like I said before, I don't think he's the best defensively. So, you know what? We are going to do that, actually. Let's just move Gabigol to an inside forward again on support. Make sure that he is, of course, still man-marking. Lamela. He's already been yellow-carded, Danny Guedes. The last time we moved Barbosa out to that left-hand side to, you know, try and cause the opposition right-back problems, it resulted in Man United's Haisaj getting sent off. So hopefully, I wouldn't mind a Spurs red card right now. Piaka finds a run of Elenya, but we are lacking men up front. But this is why Gabigol goes out on the wing. It's a good tackle, though, by Guedes, and Spurs regain possession. It's up to the midfield now to win it back, and Gabigol does exactly that. Volkvist plays it back to Szczesny. Doesn't really need to hoof it forward there, especially when they've got players like Kevin Wimmer at the back. But regardless, Nyang has made another one of his signature runs, but unfortunately, it definitely wasn't a signature finish. Very unlucky there from Nyang, but it's hopefully a sign of things to come from the Blackburn boys. What we're going to do is move... We're going to actually bring on Kunz. He's right only footed, but I'm just thinking maybe be able to cut inside, because if he can cut inside, like between Eric Dyer and Guedes, that might... But Eric Dyer is still physically very good. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to swap these two around then. So Kunz is on his favoured right foot. I'm going to trust Nyang a little bit better because he's not right-only footed, which means he can use his left foot. So he might be able to, you know, give more options in terms of overlapping over Guedes. Varela hasn't exactly been amazing when it's come to pushing forward. So for that reason, he's just going to turn into an inverted wing-back. Look to kind of like buff up the midfield, help us hold onto the ball, not really bomb forward much, because to be fair, he hasn't had much luck, and we know that Danny Rose is a good player, and he has to deal with him down that side as well. I'd like to think that a 2-1 win against Spurs is a very good result, so for that reason, I'll let the lads know that. So, Monaco coming into this game on the back of a 5-0 loss to PSG. I looked at some of the goals, and to be fair, it seems like Monaco are going to be looking to really play quite narrow. But both Bernardo Silva and Costa, it's more like a front four than anything. And these guys will try to cut inside a lot. So really, it's quite rigid in terms of the fact that the only real players that will be doing much defensively are going to be these two central midfielders. In our case, it's quite good that Fred isn't really that good in the air. That's something we might look to exploit later on. But as well, another thing as well is that Glick is not as fast as he is in real life, obviously, so that's something we're going to be looking to try and take advantage of as well. That's why Niang plays in the middle, and it's also why Rog comes in on this left-hand side, or Glick's side, because we take a look at Rog, very pacey player, 16 acceleration, 15 pace, Niang 16 acceleration, 16 pace. That's the plan, really, just looking to try and exploit Glick. Obviously, no right-back, Wojciech is injured. Varela not registered, so Volkvist plays as an IWB, don't really want him venturing forward, it's not his cup of tea, but Augustinsson has been made into a fullback. If we can get him complementing the attack down that left hand side as well, which will essentially just keep Toure busy. Costa won't do that much tracking back anyways, so keep Toure busy and then try and isolate Glick. I think that's a good approach to the game so far. In terms of individual instructions, nothing surprising, standard. We're not going to be looking for the overlap simply because this lad isn't really going forwards, but that can change. And we've gone with a mixed passing directness because a lot of PSG's goals were really on the counter-attack, and it's because when Monaco end up dedicating like the 4 front players and Kessler joins in on the attack as well, if you can win the ball back thick and fast, they don't have that many players left back as well, especially when these guys, as you can tell, particularly this guy, starts pushing up. So hopefully you catch where I'm coming from. But again, just because they're coming into this on the back of a 5-0 loss to PSG, just because we're trying to exploit what we think we can exploit doesn't necessarily mean we're guaranteed the win. We are, of course, also playing with a makeshift centre-back in Romeu. Piaka is going to find Alenya, who's going to thread the ball through to Marco Rog. Oh my god, he's hit the post. He's hit the post. He got the better of Glick and hit the post. That is Marco Rog in a nutshell, that, isn't it? Marco Rog in a nutshell. Can't finish his dinner. Can't finish his dinner. Oh my god, Marco. Can't help but think that if that was Nyang or Piaka, you know, on the receiving end, that could have ended differently. So we can see why we're trying to tackle hard Monaco's midfield. Very isolated. We have 3 in the middle of the park, so we should be able to really not just win the ball back a lot better. Really nice pass. Oh, we've hit the post again. But also hold on to the ball a little bit better in the middle of the park. But we also have that extra man, so we should be able to win it back a lot better as well. Very unlucky not to at least be 2-0 up right now. A lot of space, as we can see, between the back 4 of Monaco and their midfield. Not pleased with Niang losing the ball there. I felt like that was a good opportunity. Douglas Costa plays a direct ball forward to Guedes. And I've seen this before. He's going to cross it in now. No, apparently not. Douglas on the ball to Alenya, who came very close to assisting Piaka for that second opportunity we saw. Rog needs to try and get past the midfield, but we're working this well. It's an even better ball from Piaka. Rog threw in on goal, and Rajkovic will save. We brought Rog on because of his pace, and we knew it was going to be a slow Monaco back line. And so far, you know, tactically, my plans worked perfectly, but he's not been able to finish. Szczesny will save, and Rajkovic is really coming back to haunt us, as well as his right-hand post. But we can't really blame him, can we? We need to be more incisive up front. Why is he demotivated now? Jesus Christ. I'm tempted to take him off, you know. I really can't be arsed with Douglas. You look at him on paper, should be like one of the best players in our side, but he just always plays shocking. Here comes our first highlight, or at least I hope it's going to be our first highlight. Piaka is going to shoot and he's going to miss. Is it one of them games? I do feel like these opportunities will still keep coming, but the problem with Monaco is they splash the cash. We look at this side, we know they've got the ability, really, at any point to just grab one goal and really punish us. We've had 3 clear-cut chances. We've really failed to capitalise on any of them. Good tackle there from Niang, and this is really the counter-attacking concept that I was talking about earlier on. It's really what PSG were doing to Monaco. It's what we've come into this game. Naturally, it's what we look to do, to be fully honest. Piaka's going to stay out on the right, and we really need a bit of incisiveness up front. So for that reason, Andre Gray is going to be coming on. If we hit like the 70th minute and we've still not scored, we could then consider changing him to an advanced forward. You know, getting pressure in that back four. And we're just going to bring on Kunz for his pace, you know, and see if we can start exploiting more space down there. Augustinsen's going to become a wing-back on attack, and we're going to look to just try and exploit down the left. Feels like if we grab a goal, that's all we need. And of course it's Douglas. Spend all half-time slagging him off. See, that is what he can do. That is what his attributes say he can do. But a lot of the time, he just, I don't know, we don't see it. To be fair, it could be because I always play with 2 quite creative central midfielders that have like more of a license to roam in front of him. His job really is just to pick up the ball off the 2 centre backs and provide that extra bit of coverage. But there we go, that's nice. 77 minutes in, I was going to change some stuff, but it seems like we have a corner. Touré's going to head the ball out. Morales finds Alenya again, who should be able to whip the ball in. Finds Morales, and that's really unlucky. It's a good block from Bernard. But we can now maybe consider making some changes. So we'll go back to shorter passing, look to retain possession, look for the overlap. The main reason why I want to look for the overlap now is a lot of people don't realise this, but when you tell your players to look for the overlap, they actually hold on to the ball a little bit better because they wait for the overlap. It's that simple, really. I should have really decreased our tempo there as well. I'm not going to decrease it yet because we've been pretty good trying to hit Monaco pretty fast and furiously. We'll tell them to take a breather, but yeah, it's all about wasting time now. Monaco are going to start trying to throw more men forward, but I think we're going to be okay. They have actually moved these 2 wingers up, so it would probably make sense to do that. Watch him score now. If Camille Glick had actually scored from a header there. Oh, he's offside. It's Camille bloody Glick. The guy who came into this game looking to exploit. We're going to change this to control as well. It helps us hold on to the ball. Oh, God. We've come all this way to France. We've created 4 clear-cut chances, and Volkvist wants to throw it all away with hoofing the ball forwards when he doesn't need to. And that's the kind of example, I think it was an episode or 2 episodes ago where I spoke about when players don't want to play for the club, it affects their mental attributes, and that's an example of it. Like, it just does something stupid. Obviously, you look at the stats. We both had 3 shots on target and whatnot, but I think you guys at home would agree that Monaco never really came close to scoring. Most of their shots came from outside the box that we saw on the key highlights, and we should have easily been 2-0 up within the first 20 minutes or so. We came with a game plan, we executed it to perfection. You know, how we started with both Rog and Yang up front to take advantage of Glick's lack of pace. I think that worked perfectly. If Rog knew how to finish, we would have been well out of sight. And that's why he's ended the game on a 6.3, because he had 2 clear-cut chances and just really didn't do anything with them. Now, we've played both Monaco and Bayern. Now, we played Bayern at home, so I'm not really expecting Bayern to win, or us to win at the, I think it's the Olympic Stadion where they play, isn't it? It doesn't matter now. But it looks like their form has picked up as well in the Bundesliga, because they were slap bang bottom of the Bundesliga at one point, because as you can see, Bundesliga started, they went 1, 2, 3, 4 games without winning, and then we added insult to injury by beating them in the Champions League. But they are starting to rediscover their form. I'm not sure if they've changed anything around tactically. No, they haven't. Ancelotti's sticking with it, so I'm not really expecting to beat them when we go to their place. But guys, I think the fact that we've accumulated 6 points already, I think we're the only team actually so far. Yeah, we are the only team so far in the Champions League to accumulate 6 points. But to be fair, these groups haven't played yet, so maybe not as cool as I initially thought. But we're going to scout these guys because they seem to be doing pretty well, and they've got regen faces. I recognise this guy. We're going to scout him again because you never know how they develop. But next time, when is next time going to be? I think, really, next time kind of has to be the Man City game. I'd make it a double episode with Krasnodar, but I don't want to do Krasnodar just because it's a Champions League game, and these double episodes can become really, really long. I think this episode's going to end up being like 25-30 minutes long. I know a lot of people don't really like that because it's a lot of time to dedicate towards watching just a Football Manager video. So yeah, Man City at home will be the next game, and then after that, probably Bayern Munich. All I'm really focused on right now is getting a win against Everton, who are a bit of a bogey team for me. Southampton as well. If we can get 2 wins there, it should hopefully keep us in the running for the title. And somehow Mesut Ozil is the top goal scorer in the Premier League right now. But as always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, say hi in the comments. See you next time.